I'm Richard Lewis, reporting for CadRed.org. I'm here at DreamHack Winter 2012, and with me is a chap called Feast, that you probably know, currently sporting Millennium. It's there. So I want to just ask you, first of all, just a little bit about the Millennium House and maybe how that's kind of, in the Millennium organisation, and kind of how that's changing. Because it used to be very French. I think people feel it's not as French these days, it's gone a bit more international. Perhaps you can give us some insight into that.
I think it's still very French, like there's maybe 2 Korean players, like Dragon, who isn't really professional, and then 4GG, so it makes only 2 Korean players, and the rest is French. Well, I'm Belgian, but I speak French, so yeah, it's still very French. And about the gaming house, yeah, it's really cool to have a gaming house to play with my teammates there, and it gives me a lot of motivation, so I'm really happy about it.
When you've got these diverse nationalities, and you said you're obviously a French-speaking Belgian, and you've got French people in-house, and you've also got Koreans, do you all work together, or do you tend to divide yourself so there's a split?
I think we all work together. We mainly speak English because of that, so it's really cool, but yeah, sometimes it's hard to communicate with them because their English is not so good, but still it's even funny to speak with people that don't really speak well English, so yeah, I mean, yeah, no problem with that.
We did an interview with Grubby, I think it was at DreamHack Valencia, and he talked about how he'd been mentoring Harstam and how he'd been helping him. He'd also said that he'd mentored you in the past and helped you out. I don't know if that's true, but that is what he said. Has that been instrumental in your kind of development, do you feel? I mean, how much did Grubby actually help you?
Well, he helped me mostly about PR stuff, so public relations. But like, it's very weird for me to, like, once I do a good result, some people come up to me and they're like, yeah, Grubby trained you well, but actually it doesn't help me, I mean, really game-wise, strategy-wise. Right. Okay. So sometimes, I mean, I don't like to hear that, but I don't mind it. I think he was very clear in his post when he made it that it was really to help me out PR-wise. But yeah, I mean, I don't mind it too much, so it's okay.
But what kind of stuff did he help you with then? When you say PR-wise, was it interview techniques, or I mean, what kind of help did he give?
Well, it's been a long time since I didn't ask him anything, so well, it was mostly.
If you can say, I mean, if it's slightly embarrassing or anything, I don't want to force you.
No, it's like I don't remember it too well, but yeah, he helped me out. But I don't remember actually.
Okay. Well, that's nice. Shed some light on that. Sorry, Grubby.
He helped me out, so yeah, never mind.
Okay. Well, what about as well when you had your run in the last year's Intel Extreme Masters season? I think you were doing so well, and everyone thought, you know, this was going to be the breakout time for you. What was so special and unique about that? Why were you at the top of your game then?
Well, it was right before my exams, and right after it, I stopped playing. So, I mean, at that point, I also thought that players weren't so good yet. So right now, when I'm catching up, like, I wasn't impressed by anyone, but now I really am, like, especially by Koreans. So it's going to take quite a lot of time for me to catch up. But I think, yeah, thanks to the gaming house, I'm playing a lot right now, and I hope that maybe in 1 month I'll be as good as I were before.
Do you think top players need a gaming house these days? Because everyone's talking about it, everyone's got their own ideas about how important it is. And I've talked to some players who say, actually, you don't need it, you just need to practice in your own time, you just need to be dedicated. Some people don't like them. Do you think personally it's the secret to being a successful player?
I think it's the secret to be really good, because it's so much better to be with a lot of people around you that just think about the game. You can share it really more easily than on the internet. But I think it depends a lot on, of course, the people that are in the gaming house. For me, being with 4GG has really helped me out. And not only by sharing strategies, but also, I mean, Korean, they just play so much. And when I'm right next to him, like I see him playing so much, it's like I got
You feel you have to do it as well.
Yeah, I got no one to talk to since he's playing, so I'm like, okay, let's do another ladder game. So yeah, I think it really depends on who you're playing with in the gaming house. Yeah.
So let's talk about this tournament here. You had some very close games and were maybe a little bit unlucky to go out. What's your take on, what happened? Are you disappointed or?
Yeah, I'm very disappointed, especially because I was up 2-0.
Yeah.
And then I lost 3-2. So, but
Why was that?
I mainly, the 4 first games, I only played Blink because before that I kept losing to Sase.
Yeah.
Even though I won the series, he should have won it, but I lost to Stargate because I kept going Robo, and so I decided, okay, no, I'm only going to play Blink because with Blink I know that I have good micro and that I can at least do something against Stargate. So the first game Naniwa played like Stargate, and then second game, well, I won the first 2, but after that he went for DTs, and I'm really not used to that kind of style. And I think it's really good against pretty much everything in PvP to go for DT. So I think I should have just changed my style a bit instead of going for blink, 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 blink. So
So what does it mean for you in terms of this finish? Overall, are you looking to, are you happy with it? Because there's so many good players here. It's a really, really strong field. I think everyone will agree with that. And where you've positioned in it, is that not about right, do you feel, or do you think you really could have gone on a little bit further?
I think I could have gone a little further, especially because I think I got quite lucky with the brackets. And I can only feel bad when I was ahead 2-0 and then I lost 3-2, so there's no way I can feel good about being like 12th. I was on the run of 12, so I don't feel good about that.
Do you think maybe there's some psychological elements to your game that you can improve? Because I think a lot of people would look at when you lose when you 2-0 up and then you lose 3-2. Is it because you got overconfident, or is it because mentally you thought you were thinking about the next game? Can you talk us through the mentality of what happens when you're that far ahead?
Yeah, when I was up 2-0, I just thought, okay, well, it's been working out so far, why would I stop doing it? But like I saw for Gigi's game against Teja, it was like up 2-0 as well, and then he lost 3-2 in the end. And I realized for Gigi, once he was up 2-0, kept on going for all-ins. And I didn't really want to do that, so I kept on playing my game, but it didn't work out, so I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. I think just changing my style, stay confident. I still was confident, but changing my style was the thing I should have done. I don't think I lost due to bad mentality.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about DreamHack specifically. We're getting right down to the last few players. How do you see the tournament going, and who do you think is going to win it, and why?
Maybe Teja, maybe Hero. Hero looked very strong, in the group stage. So yeah, and maybe Torzane, because I think he's pretty good in TVT and TVP. But in the lower part, there's Naniwa and Snoot, I think. I don't see any of those winning. So I think it's probably Hero or Teja.
Can you shed a little bit of light on Naniwa? Because right now, he's probably playing as well as he ever has, I think. I know he's had some good results in the past, but at the moment, he seems to be really, really consistent and playing so well. And, you felt the force of that. What do you think he's doing differently, and can you maybe just give a bit of insight into what's changed? Because obviously everyone looks at Naniwa and wants to know what he's up to.
I'm not sure I understand the question. So
what do you think Naniwa is doing differently, having played against him?
Than before? Or?
Yeah, than before. Yeah, because he used to be quite a pushover. I think a lot of people saw him as an easy opponent.
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't really been following him too much, but I think he's good. But I think in his group stage, he barely made it through. I didn't really see the games. So I can't really say. I only saw his PvP, and his PvP is pretty good.
Okay, because I know we were out at ESWC, we were watching him when he was competing out at I think it was MLG, and he just blew everyone away. And I think a lot of people were expecting him on home soil to kind of do much better.
He just told me he was, because it was on his home soil, he was very pressured. So I hope he'll do well. I mean, yeah, I think he can do well, but I don't know him too well. So
okay, well, just a thought. What about surprises at the tournament as well? You know, people that have maybe you've looked at and thought, wow, he's doing really good, because we get a lot of what people say are patch players, or surprise elements coming through at the moment. Yeah, it's Zergs mainly, and we've seen people like Targa who've done well at one tournament and then done terrible at this tournament by their own standards. Is there anyone that's surprised you and stood out?
Here?
Yeah, here, yeah.
Fryer played well, especially against Zerg, and Monchi seems to have done well as well.
Yeah.
But I didn't see the game, so these are the players that I'm going to look their replays right now.
Okay, good man. Okay, so just finally, what's next for Feast? What are you going to be doing, and what tournaments are you going to be at?
I hope I will attend to Home Story Cup. I don't know yet if I can.
It's a bit near Christmas, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's okay.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I think it's the only tournament I'm going to go to right now, so yeah.
So that's where we'll see you next?
Yeah.
Okay, well, look, thanks for taking the time to talk to us. Always a pleasure, and best of luck. I'll probably see you at Home Story, because I don't get any time off. To all the people out there at cadred.org, do stay tuned to the website. We're going to have more interviews just like this one from DreamHack Winter 2012.